Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're going to be talking about Module 2. So if everybody could please get out your packet, a highlighter, and a pen or pencil. We are looking right here at Mod 2. We're going to be spending a little bit of time just on this page right here. So you're looking at the page 11. It says high calorie diet, reduced sodium diet, low fat diet, and then carbohydrate controlled. So you guys can look at that while I'm going through this slideshow. Okay, so the objective of this particular page is being able to recognize the 4 types of diet, recognize the most important aspect of each diet type, verbalize one reason why a person might be on each type of diet, and read a nutrition label and demonstrate ability to apply food selections to fit one diet type. We'll be doing a Jamboard activity to follow up this lecture, and I'll have you guys create the Jamboard, and then I'll go through it with you in person on my next class day. So let's move ahead. Please make sure that you guys are taking notes. Shh, shh. Got some other students in here. They're being noisy. They're my kids. So please make sure that you're taking notes throughout this video so that we can review it when I get back and see you in person. So the very first diet is our high calorie, high protein diet. This one is going to provide extra calories to provide extra energy. I think that you guys know already that if you eat less, you're going to have less energy. Last year, I had one student that was very familiar with this because she celebrates Ramadan. That's a month-long celebration that includes fasting throughout the day. I thought it was pretty interesting to find out about her religion and how she celebrates Ramadan. She told me that they would her mom would get her up really early in the morning, about 4 o'clock. She'd eat breakfast before the sun came out, and she would drink, and then she wouldn't eat or drink anything from breakfast all the way until dinner. And then they would break their fast at about 8 o'clock with prayer and a meal and drinks. And they did that for an entire month. And she had expressed to me how concerned she was that she wasn't going to have any energy throughout the day to do anything. So on the flip side, if we want energy, we're going to be adding in extra calories, extra protein. So that's going to help with weight gain, healing wounds, and aids in the response to medical treatments. So who would that apply to? Make sure you're jotting this down. Somebody that needs help healing a pressure ulcer, we're going to talk about those a little bit more. Somebody healing from surgery, or somebody who has just exhibited decreased weight, because what is the point of this entire training? Pause the video, tell Mrs. K, what is the entire goal of this program? I've got a little review question, if you can see it there at the bottom. It says, how often are residents weighed? I'm not sure if I've said this yet throughout our program, but residents are weighed once a month at the nursing home. Residents are weighed once a month at the nursing home. Hopefully we'll have a chance to go and weigh people at the nursing home. We had quite an opportunity the last time, because a lot of times when residents take a shower, they also get a weight at the same time. So let me give you a quick sample meal. You guys are going to be creating a sample meal, so please pay attention to what I have written down, because this is going to be similar to what you are going to write down. An American cheese with ham, so like a grilled cheese sandwich, 2 slices are 180 calories. It's not directed there, but that means calories, 180 calories. Whole wheat bread for 2 slices for 110 calories. And then a double serving of deli ham for 140 calories, an apple, and then a boost. That is those, the supplements that we were talking about. So for a total of one meal, we've got 685 calories. And that is something that I would eat and be very happy with. Let's move along to a reduced sodium diet. Reduced sodium diet is going to limit the amount of salt. Please jot down in the corner that every single resident at the New York State Vets Home is on a reduced sodium diet. every resident at the nursing home is on a reduced sodium diet. What I mean by that is every single food item that is created doesn't have excess salt, and they pay attention to how much they put into it. And they generally don't serve extra salt with the meals with most residents. So sodium and water love each other. They are like best friends. They love each other, and that is going to build up fluid within the body, which is going to put extra stress on the heart. I'm sorry, I'm going through this kind of quick. I'm trying to fit this video within 10 minutes. So I'm going to be kind of moving fast throughout this. I apologize. We are going to review this in person when I get back. Okay, so somebody that might be on a low sodium diet would be a resident with hypertension or a resident with congestive heart failure. Those all affect your heart, and the more fluid that you have in your body, the harder it is for your heart to pump all of the fluid throughout your body. So sample meal. It restricts the amount. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't have a sample for the reduced sodium. So let's move on to the low fat. So low fat restricts the type of fat or the amount of fat. And I think that you guys are all on a high fat, high calorie diet just because you guys are teenagers. How many of you guys have went out to McDonald's right before class and gotten a quarter pounder with cheese and a big thing of fries and a milkshake? Jake has over here. Good job, Jake. Way to go. High calorie, high fat. Yes. So I was asking how many of you guys have eaten like McDonald's right before class? Sadie loves McDonald's. What do you usually get at McDonald's, Sadie? Chicken nuggets and fries. Yeah, that's high calorie, high fat. If you're on a low calorie, low fat, you would not be able to have those anymore. They would be gone, and we would miss them, wouldn't we? They're like staring at me like, what? That's not happening. So our residents that might be on this might have gallstones or a previous cholecystectomy where they've had their gallbladder removed. I would like you guys to do a favor for me. I don't have enough time in the video to do this for you. I want you guys to open up your red book and find out, why is that important and why is that relevant to a low-fat diet? So look up, what are gallstones? What is a cholecystectomy? What does a gallbladder do? And how does that relate to fat? Jot it in your notes. Okay, and then a resident that has high cholesterol can cause strokes. So we want to make sure that we lower that down. And here's a great sample meal, Sadie. You might like this. Non-fat cottage cheese. What? This is a sample of a low-fat diet. So a non-fat cottage cheese. Cottage cheese? Cottage cheese is disgusting, she says. We want an apple and then have a cup of steamed broccoli. She says apples are good, but I don't think she likes the rest of it. So that's a great sample meal if you're on a low-fat diet. And cottage cheese plates are quite common at the nursing home because our old residents, our little old ladies and guys, I don't know, they love cottage cheese with fruit. They'll have that for dinner sometimes, and they'll schedule that frequently as alternate meals. And then carbohydrate controlled is going to help manage diabetes by controlling the carbohydrates at each meal. So again, I don't have enough time in this video. I need you guys to go look it up. What is diabetes? What does that mean when it is related to sugar or glucose in your body? So please add that down to the notes. If it doesn't fit in your notes, please write it in your notebook for me. So carbohydrates are going to be anything that we love. So I've got a couple of samples down here. We've got corn on the cob and bananas, ice cream, apples, bread, any sort of candy, pizza. I know that you guys might justify pizza like, oh, it's healthy. It's a whole meal because it's got vegetables and it's got meat and it's got all your carbs. It's like so healthy. It's not healthy, guys. Pizza's not healthy. You can't justify that. It's just carbs. It's all carbs. It is okay to have pizza. There's nothing wrong with carbs in general. But when you have diabetes, having too much carbs without balancing it with protein and fiber, that can be a problem. So please look that up for me. What is diabetes? What does it mean related to glucose? And write it in your notebook or in the notes, whichever it'll fit in. So diabetics, I'm going to skip this because you guys are going to look up this page. I also want you to look up what is insulin. And here's a sample meal. We're going to shoot for 45 grams per meal. So we've got 2 slices of whole grain bread, 1 slice of American cheese, 4 slices of ham, an apple, and just some flavored water because there's no extra carbs in that. So we've got about 44 grams per meal. That's not too bad, right? That one meal is not too bad, but I would say the carbohydrate controlled is got to be the hardest diet to stick on because it's every meal you have to think about every single time. So it's easy for you guys to say, oh, that's no problem. But how about when your mom says, hey, let's go out and get some ice cream? If you are a diabetic, that would be a problem. You would have to think of that through and figure out how those carbs would work in with the rest of your day. So it's a lot of meal planning. I don't think I have enough time in this video to go through and look at the nutrition label. So I will add a completely separate little thing for nutrition labels, and I want you guys to work on your Jamboard. So please, so Mrs. K is going to assign you a diet, one of those 4 that we just talked about, and I would like you to create either the calories or grams required in your meal. So you're going to have your own Jamboard. Your name's going to be at the top with the diet type. I want you to create 1 meal. Select the meal that you want to, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, doesn't matter. And I want you to fit that meal into that diet type. So for example, if you have a carbohydrate controlled diet and you select breakfast because that's your favorite breakfast, I want you to be able to select 45 grams for that whole meal. So you're going to have to do a little bit of research and a little bit of reading labels. Ms. K might have to help you with this. Read some labels, figure it out, add it on your Jamboard, and we will go through that the next time I'm in with you in person in class. I will also give you the rubric in the Google Classroom assignment so that you guys know exactly what I'm looking for, because low sodium is going to have a different requirement than carbohydrate controlled versus the other 2. All right, so I will post that in the Google Classroom. Good luck, and I will see you guys soon.